1992. Prior to that, you've been in various shootouts, but everything changed when a situation happened with Frankie the Blonde Mariconda. So describe the situation.
Well, I had a cousin of mine from Brooklyn. Well, not really cousins. He called me cousin. He had a problem with Frankie the Blonde because Frankie the Blonde made a pass at his girlfriend that was in a nightclub. And basically what he did was he went over to her and said, "Hey, are you still going out with Frank?" She says, "Yeah, I'm still with Frank." And he said, "Well, why don't you go out with a real man?" Well, she came back and told him, and then he wanted to kill him. So he came to me for help.
Right. And just to put it in perspective, Mariconda was an associate with the Gambinos.
Yeah, he was associated with the Gambinos.
Right. But not actually a made man with the Gambinos.
He wasn't a made man at the time, but he was due to be. Frankie the Blonde, he used to like to drink and, party a little bit. But he was a very capable guy. He would have been a guy. Eventually, he would have been a made guy. But at the time, he wasn't.
Okay. So your cousin said he wanted Frankie the Blonde dead. So you went to your head guy in the Lucchese's, George Zappola, who was the captain at the time, to ask for permission.
Well, I wasn't okay with killing a guy over a girl, and I had no problem with Frankie the Blonde. It was his issue. I felt that his girl, what was your girlfriend doing in the nightclub to begin with? If she's going out with you, she shouldn't be out partying in a club. And two, why is she even coming back and telling you that? So I never agreed with it. And I said, I'm not going to do anything without my captain knowing, not thinking that he would ever get the approval to do it. And he brought it to Georgie Neck, who was on the lam at the time, America's Most Wanted. So we were harboring him. And then he got the okay. And I wanted to verify it myself. And it was approved and, ready to go.
Okay, so you and your cousin essentially start on the mission to kill Frankie the Blonde.
Right.
So describe what happens next.
It's really hard for me to talk about it because that's not me anymore. I do have a lot of remorse and regret over the things that I've done. At the time, Frankie Mariconda was 32 years old. I have a son now that's 32 years old. And I can never imagine if that ever happened to my kid. At the end of the day, Frankie Mariconda should have never got killed. It was for a very stupid reason. He was a good man, come from a good family. He was a tough guy. And he fought. He fought like a man. Me and Frankie, my cousin, Bones, we killed him. I pled guilty to it. I did my time for it. And he's dead. And I regret it. I don't want to get into the methods